Good morning, Garfield Stars. My name is Elizabeth. Please join us in the American flag salute. Attention salute pledge. Good morning, my name is Adriana. Please join us in the salute to the Oklahoma State flag. Attention salute pledge. Please join us in national Good morning, my name is Adriel. Please join us. Please join us in the Garfield School Creed. Ready to begin. Good morning, my name is Quincy. Please recite with us in the school line. Say, we are proud to be a star. And you do. Please be sitting. Good morning, my name is Robert. Is there any birthdays today? This is Kyle with 88. This is Jacob. And he's going to be 7. My name is
Good morning, boys and girls. Who's ready for the You Rocked It This Week awards? All right, let's listen quietly and see if your name is called, if the teachers or the duty teachers turned your name in this week. Let's begin with pre-K. This week, Mrs. Smith would like to recognize Diamond Walls as a Garfield rock star this week because she's worked hard all week on learning to write her name. And in kindergarten, Mrs. Austin would like to recognize Sanaya Pollard this week because she knows all 50 kindergarten sight words already. Good job, Sanaya. Mrs. Dunn's first grade class, Mrs. Dunn, would like to recognize Sergio as a Garfield rock star because he helped clean up the center even though it wasn't even his mess. And Cooper Holloway is a Garfield rock star this week because he worked hard sounding out words this week. Mrs. Cubic would like to recognize Diesel this week for working so hard on his classwork. And in second grade, Mrs. Opperly wants to recognize Bria Boone. She always keeps her desk neat and orderly. And Noah Montgomery, because he always follows classroom procedures. Way to go. Mr. Shelton would like to recognize Chris Pruitt as a Garfield rock star this week because he's greatly improved his attitude and effort. And Noah Robertson is a Garfield rock star this week for also improving their attitude and effort. And Mrs. Payne would like to recognize Jake Barker as a Garfield rock star because he's been trying his best at recess all week. Mrs. Payne would also like to recognize in Mrs. Opperly's cast, Gabriella, because she's a great role model, and Jakai, because she does the correct things at recess. Moving on to third grade, Mrs. Jalbert would like to recognize Jariah because Jariah worked hard all week and persevered during math. And Margie, because she always helps Miss Mary tidy up and pick up the trash. And then during breakfast, we're party to the party this morning. Mrs. Rodriguez would like to recognize Ethan Papan because he increased his star reading by 16%. Way to go, Ethan. And Thomasine Rod because she increased her star reading by 20%. Way to go. All right, moving on to fourth grade. Mrs. Scott would like to recognize Paige Davis as a Garfield rock star this week because he showed off his excellent writing by creating a story that wasn't even required this week. Way to go. And Kristen Link, because he has been exhibiting perseverance in goal setting this week. Way to go. Mrs. Payne would like to recognize Anna because she's a super role model, and Annie Pruitt because she is a great friend to others during recess. Mrs. Payne would also like to recognize Jaden for being a great friend to others during recess, and Savannah Terrell because she is a great role model. Moving on to 5th grade, Mrs. Baldwin would like to recognize Erin Neal because she rocks on making factor trees. And Priscilla because she always has a great attitude and makes other people feel special. Mrs. Payne would like to recognize Seth Edinger because he's a positive role model, and Ashlyn because she is a true leader. Mrs. Reynolds would like to recognize Justice because he asks good questions when he does not understand. She would also like to recognize Chan because he is friendly towards his classmates. Way to go. All right, Garfield Rock Stars, and now Mrs. Cubick's class is going to give this week's Rock Stars a celebration.
Okay, my friends love the roller coaster one, so we're going to do the roller coaster. I know it's always done, but I love it. Okay, that's a reminder, so everybody do it with us. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, my name is Braxton. With respect to the rising, join us for a long time. This is your time to reflect on your day, pray, rest it silently.
Okay, my friends have worked really hard on addition and subtraction and using mental strategies to figure out our facts. And so we have a really fun addition and subtraction song. It's actually a subtraction one. It's about apples. They're going to love it. So hold on just a second. Let me get my friends situated.
All right, boys and girls, we have a special video we're going to watch this morning. You're going to be taking home some little booklets to help with the fundraiser that we're going to have. And so we're going to show you a video that talks about that before we dismiss this morning to our classes, okay? So give me a thumbs up if you're ready to get real quiet and listen to the video. All right, boys and girls, you guys did a great job. So let's sit up straight in our listening positions, and let's go over this. They said to take it home, fill it out, and bring it back tomorrow. But what is today? If you bring it back tomorrow, is anybody going to be here to take it? Okay. So if we send them home today, when should you bring them back? Very good, and you can win some awesome prizes for yourself, but we could also win a nice playground for our school. How many of you would really like to have a nice, cool equipment out here on the back side of our playground to play on? Raise your hand. Wouldn't that be better than rolling our cart out with the balls and the hula hoops? So who's going to work really hard to go home and fill out that booklet this weekend and bring it back on Monday? Give me thumbs up if you're going to do that. Okay. Now, we're going to count down from 5 to quiet. Ready? 1. Ready? 1. Let's count up to 5. 1. Ooh, we're still waiting for just a few friends. Oh, thank you guys. You are awesome.
Do you want your teachers this week around reading?